What's good, y'all? It's your boy Third Degree. We're back with more Ratchet news. Well, some of it's Ratchet, some of it's not, but we still got to speak on it. So let's go.
Yo, kicking it off. Start out by saying happy heavenly birthday to the late great baby girl Aaliyah. You were missed. You know, we're gonna be rocking your music all today through the weekend. All right. Moving on. Also, we want to acknowledge happy heavenly birthday to Dr. Martin Luther King, Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King, for all his contributions and everything that he's done for us as a people. You know, so salute and rest well, King. All right, moving on. Real talk, if you haven't seen this series yet, His and Hers, you gotta check it out. Like during the whole thing, I kept going like, what the hell? What? Each episode to the conclusion. I'm trying to tell you, was that dang on good. So, hey, His and Hers on Netflix, go check it out. All right, moving on. When you look at all the injuries that Anthony Davis has had this year on the Mavs, I think the Lakers made a wise move. They said, hey, we can get Luka and get rid of him. Hey, man, Rob Pelinka might be a genius for this one. All right, moving on. Well, you know, the Philadelphia Eagles, or should I say the She-Eagles, have been eliminated. So they were the defending champs, and so there will be a new reigning champ at this year's Super Bowl. So who do y'all got? All right, moving on. R. Kelly hit us with It Depends remix with a co-sign from Chris Brown. Man, and you know what? Even behind bars, R. Kelly's still dropping music, man. And so I'm like, how's he doing this? But, you know, peep this. Teddy Riley hints that new R. Kelly music is coming soon. I don't know if it's music that they got in the vaults because, you know, R. Kelly was always recording. But, you know, Teddy Riley petty for this, you know, because people used to compare R. Kelly to Aaron Hall. And for some reason, I think this is like a jab or a way to get back at Aaron Hall, you know, especially with the new Guy Point 2 with no Aaron Hall. I'm just saying, it's petty, you know what I'm saying? So everybody's being petty this year. 50 sitting and started something, right? Moving on. Well, before we do, that might bring up a topic we talk on one of these shows. Should inmates, especially certain people like R. Kelly, be able to record music or release music? It'd be a good topic. Moving on. Yo, tell me why the dude in the middle look like my homeboy Quez. Don't he look like DY3 Quez, y'all? All right, moving on. Just saying that industry plot twist. L.A. Reid settles with Drew Dixon on the exact day trial was set to begin. That's crazy, right? Crazy work. Moving on. The first openly LGBTQ plus group nominated for a Grammy in the gospel category. Interesting. All right, moving on. The Baltimore Orioles will give away a Tupac bobblehead at their game May 8th against the Oakland A's. You know, and if you don't know, Tupac spent some time in Baltimore. He was there from 13 to like 17. Then he left to go to the Bay. And he was in the Bay in California for the rest of his life. So they're a little petty for that, but hey, I'm with it. You know, shout out and RIP to Tupac. Moving on. It's being reported that Corrupt was hospitalized for seizures, you know, so we're going to send out some prayers and some healing energy to Corrupt Young Gotti. I had the pleasure of opening up for him on the Queen Bee tour with Lil Kim. So, you know, I'm always going to keep him in my prayers, and I'm always a huge fan because he's one of the most underrated MCs on the West Coast, you know what I'm saying? And he deserves all his flowers. So get well soon, okay? All right, moving on. It's being reported that Chris Brown's defamation lawsuit over a history of violence documentary dismissed by judge. Hey, salute. Oh, no, that's not good. That's not good. Moving on. Mike Tomlin of the Pittsburgh Steelers has stepped down after 19 years, and that's folks scratching their head, you know, saying legendary coach, winning record, you know, never had a losing season. Wonder why he's calling it quits, man, but salute to him, you know what I mean? Moving on. J. Cole has just dropped, actually, he's getting ready to drop the Fall Off coming February 6th, but you know, with all the stuff that happened last year with Kendrick and him bowing out of the beef, are you guys still interested in his music? Let's talk about this maybe even tonight. We have some time. All right, moving on. Well, one guy who's not a fan is DJ Academics. He said J. Cole, guy who copped a plea to Kendrick on stage at his own festival and deleted his diss track, said he's the best alive on Diss 2, Track 2. Man, I hate Academics, but he got a point on this one, yo. All right, moving on. Isn't it interesting how Black Lives Matter folks are protesting the unaliving of Renee Good, but all the All Lives Matter folks are cheering on the unaliver? Interesting. Moving on. Well, I spoke too soon. R. Kelly is under fire as prison music begins to get industry push. But should he be able to release new music? We're going to talk about this. This is going to be a good one. Moving on. Bill and Hillary Clinton refused to testify in House Epstein investigation. Things that make you go, right? All right, moving on. It's being reported that the judge rules in favor of the Michael Jackson estate. A former friend is now accusing him of, accusations that I don't even believe, because he used to be a huge defender. So now, the estate tried to give him some money just to get him to go away, but now they sit there and they turned around and filed an extortion lawsuit, and the judge ruled in favor of that. So let's see how this goes. All right, get him, Mike. Moving on. A$AP Rocky seemingly disses Drake on "Don't Be Dumb." Quote, "You stole my flow, so I stole your bitch." Unquote. Ugh, is he dissing? Moving on. Who Shiesty arrested? Back in federal custody. Release date pushed to April 2026. Man, prayers to him. Moving on. R.I.P. to T.K. Carter. Much love. Salute. Moving on. Kirk Franklin's daughter is going viral after posting videos saying she jugging like Scooter. Man, that's crazy, right? Crazy work. All right, moving on. Kevin Spacey says he's homeless after X scandals blew up his career, his money, and his life. Oh, well, moving on. The game would have took beef with 50 Cent to the grave, he says. Moving on. Speaking of 50, he drops footage of Jim Jones' Bronx facility without power. Crazy, right? Moving on. Stephen A. Smith says he is dead serious about a 2028 presidential run after talks with trusted advisors, but he also wants to know why black people dislike him despite his contributions. Well, this is going to be a whole topic. I got you, Stephen A. Hold up. People don't like you because you say that ICE unaliving of Renee Cole Good was justified. You say dumb stuff like that and you align yourself with the right, especially MAGA, and you just make us look bad. You sell us out. So this is how we view you. You know what I'm saying? As simple as that. Moving on. But before we do, stop tuning. Moving on. Last but not least, Druski takes heat from the Christian community for playing with God in new viral skit, and it has folks in the uproar. So mind you, we're going to talk about this tonight because we're continuing on from our discussion of last week about Pastor Jamal Bryant's wife's dress. So let's go ahead and get it. See you soon. Peace.
Anyway, I'm your boy Third Degree, and that's been your Ratchet News. Enjoy the show.